All right, all right. Let's see if we got everything going on here. Still waiting for it to show. Come on, you silly YouTube. All right, there we go. All right, hey everybody. Welcome back to Misfit Corner Comics Presents. This is the artist Andrew speaking, and I am live streaming. And once again, you are joining me for the Hero Hour. And I put in the description, drawing, because I'm hoping to finish this drawing and maybe catch up on a few more. So hope everything's going good for everybody out there. I sent out the invite to a bunch of people. We'll see who wants to join. But today is Wednesday, October 30th. Tomorrow is the Hallowed of All Weens, Halloween. And hopefully everybody out there is being safe and don't eat a lot of candy. At least that's what I'm told. Never stopped me, but whatever. All right, so this is a pinup idea that I came up with after looking at, I believe it was some of Avery's Conan magazines that I got him from New York. And there was this one image of Conan jumping into action with a half-naked, beautiful woman in the background and a tiger or a lion or some type up here in the corner. So I'm using some of those elements, but not all, and making it into my own. But this is Crom, and this, the beautiful fox woman in the background, was a character that I created for another story, and I had a pinup or an image of her that I was working on where she had her back to you, and there was a wolf tattoo on her back, and she was all like looking over her shoulder, all sexy like. And I kind of threw it aside. Wasn't going to finish it, didn't think about it, and decided, you know what, I can incorporate it into this one. So that's where she goes. But all right. I am just going to start working. And those who I have invited, they can join when they're able to. If not, it'll just be me talking. And I know how much you guys like that. But I promise you, there will be no peeps tonight. So for anybody who is looking forward to that, I'm sorry. No peeps. I haven't been to the comic book store, so I haven't been able to pick up any comics, so I don't have any new comics to share. And yeah, that's it. So it'll just be drawing tonight, which is never a really bad thing. I have a tendency to want to when I get started on a drawing, I have a tendency to want to finish it. And this is definitely one I want to finish. So we'll be working on this evening. All right, so whenever anybody comes in, says hi. We'll see if we can take some questions. If anybody's got any questions they want to ask. And please don't let the first question be, where's Avery? Where's Kodiak? You guys do realize they have lives, right? They don't sit around waiting for me to live stream. It'd be nice if they did, but they don't. Actually, most everybody has their own channel nowadays, so most of them have their own stuff going on. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited about potentially get some discount candy in the after Halloween candy sales. Anybody out there have their favorite that they're looking forward to? My wife likes Kit Kats and what's that other one that she likes? Butterfingers. She likes Butterfingers. So if I can find some Butterfingers to make her happy, that's fantastic. Me personally, I like candy corn. I know everybody thinks that's gross, but you know what? I've always been a fan of candy corn, of the corn. And I haven't gotten any so far this year. I always wait till the after Halloween sales because that's one of those things that they have plenty of in the stores after Halloween. So I can be patient and wait for it. I was asking Mike about Halloween decorations, and he was asking me if I wanted to go with the spider theme next year for the store. And I said that'd be fine as long as we can incorporate it into something comic book related, comic referencing. Like I had thought about dressing up as Spider-Man with this giant spider head and the legs coming out of the back, kind of like the time he got changed into an actual spider. Say, Dee says, stop eating candy. I have stopped. Matter of fact, I had a little bit left over from the store, and the wife and I took it with us last night when we went to the movie, and we shared it and ate the rest of it. So as of right this second, there is no more candy in the house, which is a good thing. We live in an apartment, so we're not planning on having any trick-or-treaters or anything, so that's not an issue. If we're going to buy candy, it's mostly just for ourselves. But if that's going to happen, it's going to happen the day after Thanksgiving. I mean, day after Halloween, not the day after Thanksgiving. I'm getting too far ahead of myself here. And the best part about the day after Halloween this year is that it's a payday. So I'll actually have a little extra spending money to spend on all those goodies we missed out on. So candy corn, Butterfingers, and whatever else I find that looks good. I already asked Mike if there was any special thing he wanted, and he's like, nope. He's like, if there's something special I want, I'll go out and get it myself. And I said, I know. So I think last year we got some really huge gummies for him because that's one of those things he likes is gummies. And oh no, it was for Easter. It was for Easter that we got it. It was like a giant gummy Easter bunny. And we found it like a year later in storage. That's the kind of thing that happens. It happens. So, all right. But yep, candy, decorations, potentially decorations for next year. What's so funny is we actually used to have a big old plastic bin that we kept that had decorations, but most of it was stuff that for baking, because my wife does a lot of baking. So there's a lot of like little containers for baking like mini cakes and so forth, and cookie cutters and so forth, stuff like that. So D says, any word on Lorenzo Sleestack? I haven't seen him in a long time. Nope, haven't seen him in a while. He was on the Twitter the Twitter stream that we had, but some drama started and we had to shut it down. So if he wants to come on, he's more than welcome to say hi and be invited. But I say it once, I'll say it again. No drama on my stream. So after the stream, that's perfectly fine. We can talk all the drama you want, but I don't want it in my my Twitter feeds. I don't want it in my my Twitter. What do you call it when you're having a conversation? Oh, Twitter chats or whatever they are, and definitely not on my stream. So I want to be a place where people can go and they don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. Now, granted, it does creep in from time to time. It can't always be avoided, but I prefer not to have it here. Oh. So what's new and happening with you, D? Boom, boom, boom. All right. All right, all right. Cherry Does Some Stuff says, hi. Hi, Cherry Does Some Stuff. Welcome to the show. Tonight, we are just drawing. Nothing crazy, just drawing. I do actually have a couple of drawings I need to catch up on. So when I finish with this, I may switch over and screw around with that for a little bit. Cherry Does Some Stuff says, woohoo, it's Spoopy Day, also 9 a.m. Okay. D says, Twitter is a miscommunication device. Well, that I do believe. I guys, I really don't. The only reason why I go over to Twitter nowadays is to send invites out to streams, and that's about it. I don't stick around there for very long, just simply because, I mean, if you like the kind of drama that Twitter causes, more power to you. I got too much other stuff to do. If I was on Twitter all day long, like some people, I would never get anything done, and I'm already behind on everything and everything. Hey, Fearful Milk, how's it going? What's up, buddy? It's just me by my lonesome today, but that's okay. Giving me an opportunity to catch up on some drawing. You know, I just realized the way I drew this character holding this sword, she's not holding it by the hilt. She's holding it by the blade. Oh, did I screw that up or what? Oh, well. D says, where's Avery? I'm not sure. I sent him an invite. He does have family visiting, so he may be doing something right now, and that's okay. Where did I put? You know what I can do? Oh, I just thought of something. I know what I can do to make this actually work. Let's see. Is instead of actually drawing the sword itself, draw the sword in the hilt. I can actually do that and get away with that. Hey, what's up, Commodore?
Hey, how'd you know I was here so quickly?
What's that?
Oh, how'd you find me so fast?
What do you mean? It dings and tells me somebody entered.
Oh, I don't hear no dings.
Oh, well, I hear the ding because I'm the man. Don't you know that?
I don't hear dings because I'm a dingus.
Well, there's not much I can do about that.
Yeah.
Fearful Milk says, gonna be a bit busy drawing and sorting my computer out, but having problems with my body again. Comic needs to be done, and book, I need to ask you something about Hero as well. Oh, and sorry, for what happened Monday again. I did not mean to do it a second time. No, it's all right, man. You're fine, Fearful Milk. Plus, it was fun teasing, picking on you. So,
I can't believe I missed the last peep show. You actually had peeps?
yes, actually had peeps. That was yeah. It was the the return of peeps to the peep show. It's something we haven't done in a long time. So
Yeah, since Easter.
since Easter, pretty much. Yeah.
I wonder if there's gonna be any Christmas peeps or something.
One can only hope. So what's new and going on with you, man?
Not much special. I've been reading through the magnum opus of the late Richard Williams.
You've been doing what?
I've been reading through the magnum opus of the late Richard Williams.
The late Rich Williams. Okay. I
Yeah.
don't know who Rich Williams is.
Oh, I suppose you never seen the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, of course I've seen that.
Yeah. Okay, then you're familiar for some of his work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He made a kit for surviving, and I looked through it.
Oh, okay. A kit for surviving what?
uh, it's a survival kit.
Just in general?
Uh,
Like surviving the apocalypse or something?
Not unless making drawings that are slightly different and just make them look like they're moving. Make
Oh, okay.
survive.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it is official. I've screwed this one up, but that's okay.
Looks fine-ish, kind of. It looks better than what I can make.
Well, no, I realized after I did it that I had drawn her hand too far down because her hand would be gripping the blade and not the hilt. And because I should
look like a badass.
Well, then I decided to put it like it's in a sheath, but then I really screwed that up and it doesn't look right. So, well.
Let it be. Let it be.
No. See, what I'll do is I'll digitally fix it. So
Yeah.
it's all right. I have the ability to scan and digitally fix. So
cheater, pumpkin spice drinker.
That's gross, man. I can't believe you would say that.
Why you think pumpkin spice is disgusting?
I'm not.
Gotta be some pumpkin spice peeps one of these days.
If they're out there, I'll find them. I would definitely do me some pumpkin spice peeps. So, all right. You know what Avery would say? Avery would say, get out some white acrylic, paint over what you did, and redo it. That may end up being what I do. But I don't know if I have any white acrylic anywhere on me. I have whiteout, but whiteout is not good for actually recoloring on top of.
Yeah.
It doesn't work out well.
It just covers it with some sort of like white acrylic, and doesn't really, you can't really color that on top.
Right. Well, it ends up whiteout. It tends to be slick when you do that, when you put it on. So, all right. Well, there's a good chance.
There's not very a lot you can do. Because, like, I suppose maybe you could bleach it, but then again, you get some artifacts there, and you could destroy the paper too.
No, what I may end up doing, just to wrap it up, is I may just white out the whole sword.
Oh, there's something I didn't know about Peeps.
What's that?
The company that makes Peeps also makes hot tamales and Mikes and Ikes.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I'm guessing Peeps is owned by somebody?
The name of the website is called Peeps and Company.
Oh, okay. I was thinking Peeps might be something like, not, one of those candies that, or one of those things that it's the name of a candy and not the actual, a type of candy, like saying lollipop. Like there isn't anybody out there that owns lollipop,
Well, there's something like that happened with photocopiers. Like Xerox doesn't own the verb Xeroxing, or or they can have like there's other companies that can say they have a Xerox machine, even though it's not really made by the Xerox company,
Right, right.
because it just became so ubiquitous.
Yep. Kind of like UPS or FedEx. FedEx is the one that most people.
Well, I'm not from Florida. I guess we don't really say it like that, but I guess maybe FedEx because like they're the ones that pioneered the whole 2 day shipping thing. You know, it had to be there in 48 hours or less. You know.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever needed anything that quickly, but then again, when it comes to needing something, you want it as quickly as possible. Oh, whoops. Mix a little bit of.
Did you know about the Peeps scented candles?
I think you'd mentioned that before,
No.
but
Okay.
no, I've never tried. I've never had peep scented candles.
Yeah, should bring that in the Peep show maybe for the holidays. That's one expensive camera. Well, camera candle. Well, it's Yankee. You know,
Oh, okay.
Yankee candles they cost like an arm and a leg.
Yeah, I've seen those in the store. They are rather expensive, aren't they?
Yeah, they're mostly used when you have like a power outage.
Is the smell important with that stuff?
I don't know, power drive you nuts.
I think my mother had Yankee candles, but then again, we're a bunch of Yankees, so that would not surprise me.
Oh, come on, you like the guy in Green Acres? Yeah. That's after he was born on a farm and he left there the day after, and he went right back. You northerner.
Yes, I am a northerner. My mother-in-law, who's very much a southern lady, whenever we get into arguments about stuff, I always tell her and I remind her, hey, always remember we won. That always pisses her off. She hates it when I remind her of that.
What do you mean we?
It's Northerners, we won.
Won what? Super Bowl?
Well, that has happened.
Yeah, Tom Brady with his little man, he's retired soon. He's getting kind of old. He's been playing football forever.
Yeah, but he keeps on winning.
Well, because he keeps on cheating.
Well, they haven't caught him cheating this year, at least not yet.
Hey, they didn't catch him. Ah, that's the key part.
All right. I have officially and utterly screwed up this drawing, so oh well. I may take some time and redo it, but
I like the texture. Is that like a brush pen?
well, no, it's just a water. It's just water and ink. It's a
Okay.
brush pen, but it's more or less just like a watercolor pen.
Okay.
The idea is that you put in color or colored water into it, and then use it for watercolor. But see, I just use it for.
Have you ever thought of using screen tones?
Yeah, but I don't have any.
I mean, getting some so you can use them.
Uh, Avery told me at once that he had some old ones, but I don't know if he still has them or if he even uses them. But nowadays with digital, you could do the same exact thing a lot quicker with digital.
There's a certain thing that all that analog has.
Yeah.
Like the greatest masterpieces ever made were all made analog.
Well,
Like the first Star Wars movie, that was 100% analog. Like even the computer scene where they had the Death Star stuff in it, like that was an analog computer.
yeah, yeah. I just remember how hokey the tracking, for the bomb run, how the display for that looked. It's like a Commodore 64 almost.
No, not even it was analog.
So even worse.
Now, actually, analog is a different technology when it comes to computing. It's a like it's hard to explain. Like, there's a AI neuromorphic computer that's all analog. Did you ever just take a sip from there?
No,
Why not?
because it's water and ink.
Yeah, I mean, from like, I don't mean the water with ink in it. I mean, like, when you're, I guess, done with adding water, it's like, okay, time for take a sip. My
Well,
mouth's getting dry.
that's my drinking cup. So yes, that's what it's
Oh,
there for. But
oh, I thought it was for just for you getting more water in there.
nah, there wasn't a lot of water left, so that's made it easy to do.
I see, said the blind man. The man with no legs got up and walked away. That's just what my mother says.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard that expression before.
Yeah, it's just, I guess when some people say I see, it's like I see, said the blind man. I guess that was added to it.
Gotcha.
So why are you so lonely tonight?
Why am I so lonely?
Yeah.
Well, other people have lives for some
Uh,
reason.
Lives, oh, those are overrated.
It is.
Yeah, it's just jar furries.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do because it's fun. But yeah, I already screwed this one up, so that's all right.
I wish you can learn from it.
Oh yeah, learn what to do not next time. So
Do you feel since you have like less time to draw now that you have like a life, you're faster at doing it?
well, actually, you know what's really funny is Mike and I were talking today, and I was mentioning how I had how much time I had when I wasn't working. And now that I'm back to work full time, that I don't have as much time to do as much of the things as I want to do. And I don't remember. I know in that year and a half that I was not working, I got a whole graphic novel done. So I have not had the time to do that kind of stuff since then. So I just heard the thing ding. Somebody must have been trying to get in. Did you see somebody pop up?
No, it's just me.
Oh, okay. Just you. Just little old you.
Isn't that all me?
So what you got going on? Anything interesting?
Nothing special. I just having PC troubles, and I was gonna I was gonna switch to a different computer where I could flash my BIOS with a custom BIOS, but I end up breaking it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So are you into comics as well, or just computers?
Um. Hmm. I'm into the animated properties that the comics gave, but like I
Okay.
never really got into the medium itself. But I do like the grunge of the monochrome manga. But I don't read it because I'm very tempted to read it in Japanese, but I can't read Japanese that well.
I gotcha. I gotcha. Well, Todd had me and Todd were talking off stream, and we were talking about he had given me an idea for doing a series of videos um, about different comics, and the whole catch to the idea was that he's like, all the comics that are in your store, they're all yours. You've read pretty much all of them, which is true. And he says there's some in there that have maybe not special meanings, but have you have memories regarding them that that there's a story behind them, you know, like
Yeah.
when you first read it, or how you got the comic, or where you were when you first read it, and that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
like
Those kind of
you've
stories.
traced some comics back in the day when you're younger.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And he said you could probably just randomly pick a book out of the bins and do a story about them. And I don't know if I could do that, but there are several comics, and I was thinking about. I originally thought about making a list of them, but there's like 10 right off the top of my head I can think of that I could easily do, a 10-minute
They
story
should call
about.
that segment the Nostalgia Rack.
Well, I thought about calling. Know how they had that Netflix show, The Toys That Made Us, or whatever it was. What was the name of that show?
I think I saw that.
Yeah, well, it's like do a series on the comics that made me a fan, and I already have the first comic already picked out. And the other reason why he was bringing it up, he's like, you have the perfect background, you have the perfect backdrop in the fact that you have a store. You start your story and you have all these comics behind you, and you can always switch to another location, and you just have all this stuff, decorating the backdrop of your stories. And I'm like, that's a really cool idea. So I'm working on an idea in which I talk about specific comics that I grew up with or had some type of impact on me and so forth. And that could be coming very soon. Ugh,
Coming soon to an internet near you.
that's right. But I was asking because I was wondering if there was any comic that stands out for you story wise.
Well, I've had well, I did get the what was it Under the Red Hood on on Blu-ray,
Mm-hmm.
and I did catch the Killing Joke, and it's like that monologue in the Killing Joke was pretty good. And what was it? It just like only like they kind of save the I guess the good monologues for the climax.
Yeah.
Like in the Under the Red Hood, like it just says why he doesn't fucking kill the Joker, just stopping him because he probably think it won't stop. But I really don't like how Batman is written, because he's written worse than Superman ever was, like these days. Because like Superman's like, oh, Superman wins, Superman wins, Superman wins. Oh, Batman beats up Superman. Oh, wonderful. Who's more overpowered now? But I liked how when Bruce Timm when he made Superman, he implied that you did not need a green rock or red sun to kill Superman. He implied he could, like he always like wore a space suit when he needed to go into space because he couldn't breathe out there. You there?
Yep, I'm still here.
Oh, he's just really quiet.
Oh, that's because I'm listening to you.
Okay. Anyway, but and like when he first met Toyman, like he was almost asphyxiated the guy, until he got that trap off his face. And he would also come in contact with his weakness, but he really have a tough time. It's like, okay, how am I gonna get around this?
Did
Like
you ever
always.
read? Did you ever read the Superman Elseworld story, Red Sun?
No, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's the one where Superman, instead of landing in Kansas as a baby, he
He
lands
became a
in
common
Russia.
bastard.
Yeah, yeah. Well, in it, there's a line where, of course, you have Lex Luthor in the United States, and Lex Luthor is constantly trying to figure out a way to beat this alien. And at one point, somebody asks him a question. He says, "Oh, I could beat him, in like 3 minutes." And they're like, "You're out of your mind. You're crazy." Well, the wrap up, the way the story ended, or the way he was able to beat Superman, and Superman, um, in order to help with the population problem in Russia, and in order to, they were having problems with the crops and all this stuff, and he had taken one of their major cities. I forget which one it was. It might have been Stalingrad or whatever, or Moscow or whatever,
Yeah.
and he shrunk it down like the bottled city of Kandor, and he put it in a bottle. And then at some point in the future, Superman is fighting Lex Luthor's robots or something, and he gets and Brainiac is trying. Brainiac was actually working with Superman, but he was still a bad guy, and he was trying to figure out. He was trying to keep him away from Lex Luthor because he knew Lex Luthor's intellect. He could beat Superman just by talking to him. And at one point
Yeah,
in
he's like he's overqualified to be a 12th level intellect.
right. Well, he gets Superman finally gets face to face to Lex Luthor, and Brainiac's like, no, stay away from him. You know, he's gonna beat you, and whatever. And Lex Luthor whispers something into Superman's ear, and Superman gets so frustrated and so upset that he just flies off and leaves, and he's gone.
What did he say?
He said, "What are you gonna do? Put the whole world in a bottle?" Because Superman's constantly trying to save everybody and he can't. And his one of his big failures was putting the city in this bottle. He's trying to figure out a way to bring it back because all the people are stuck in there. And it was a solution to a problem which was horrible. It was a horrible solution. And Lex Luthor just whispered that into his ear, and the guilt was so much that Superman just left the planet.
He just rage
It's
quit.
it's great. It's a really really good story if you haven't read it, but there are some time travel twists at the end that were kind of silly, but overall, I mean,
Oh
Dave
god,
John.
they went Superman 1 on it, and just like you just went real fast.
Oh no, even worse, even
Oh.
worse. So, but yeah, it's actually a good story. There's some really fantastic art. It was originally drawn by Dave Johnson, Comicsgate hating Dave Johnson,
Uh,
and
now I wonder what the Comics Gate haters are gonna think about Red Sun. Is it out yet?
Red Sun.
I mean the animated movie.
I don't think so. I don't think it is out yet.
I wonder what
So
they're
I
gonna
know
think of it
it's
if
I know it
they
was
probably never read it, and it's like, yeah, Central Planet's awesome. Oh no, they're gonna go read.
but who did the rest of the art?
Well, they
Somebody
might
picked
say,
up and
oh,
did the
hashtag not true communism.
well, I forget who did the art for like the last two issues. I think it was a 4-issue series, and Dave Johnson did the first two, or maybe he did the first three. I honestly don't remember, but I read it in trade, and it's a really good story. It's real pretty art.
Chat doesn't seem very lively right now. Or maybe since I opened my big fat mouth, I'm gonna start chatting now.
What's that?
I'm saying like the chat doesn't seem very lively right now.
Oh well, everybody's abandoned. That's all right. See, they always say I abandon them, but I never abandon them.
Yeah, we got 5 viewers, which is 3 more than panelists we have. Well,
It's all right. Well, one of those viewers might be me, so.
that's what I mean. Yeah, we got 3 legit viewers.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Sigh. All right. I'm about done with as much as I'm going to do to this because I've already screwed it up so bad. But that I'm gonna. I
Hey, you think you'd probably be
probably.
qualified to do some, I guess, independent work in Florida with your little artwork, like a side gig, maybe like a with freelance work. That's what I mean, freelance.
Well, probably, but I have barely enough time to do my own stuff. So,
Hmm, suppose.
between my day job, my weekend job, Hero, my YouTube channel,
All right, yeah, weekend job is the Misfit Corner, right?
yeah, the store. Which, by the way, I like doing. Even if I do it at a loss, I
And to
still
get
like
your
doing
name
it.
out, you can self-shill the time.
That's right. That's right. No, I've always wanted to have my own comic book store, and now that I have it, it's just a lot of fun. Even if you don't make a lot of money, which I never did it to make a lot of money anyway, but still.
Yeah, let's do better than break even.
Well, I pay for the space at least.
Oh.
So, but I don't. My wife would yell at me if she heard me talking about how I don't care about making money. I do care about making money, but it's one of those things where that comes eventually, you know. But you also heard that saying, you know, if you enjoy what you're doing, if you enjoy what you're doing, you never work a day in your life or whatever it is. But that's what it feels like when
What
I'm
if you
in my.
stop enjoying it?
Well, yeah, that's true too. There is a chance that that could happen. But as of right now, I have a good time. I have a lot of regulars that come by, and I know what they like, and if I see something when I'm out and about, I'll try to put it aside for them
So I
and
guess with
make
the
them
gray
happy.
wash, you don't really need a mid-tone that much, do you?
Well, I wanted the gray to be a lot lighter than it is, so that's what I kind of screwed up on.
Uh,
So I should have just left it alone as a black and white
I
drawing.
suppose you could probably like do some digital fixes because like they've done this in analog before. Like how they would analog fixes, they would take a photograph of it and then they would expose. They would I guess they'll expose like they would expose the film, then develop a photograph and just I guess expose it and like dodging and burning it, right? If that makes any sense.
Yeah, yeah, but I wouldn't go through that much trouble. To be honest with you, what I'm going to ultimately do with this is probably what I was going to do anyway, and just redraw the whole thing. I mean, it's not like I spent, you know, hours and hours and hours on it. So it'd give me an opportunity to fix little things. Like, for example, this character here, I can shift him upward a little bit instead of having him so far down on the page. Um,
Well, at least you learn from it, you know.
oh yeah, oh yeah. This is almost like treating it like this is another version of the layout. You know, I'll get it right. I'll get it right eventually. But yeah. Instead of screwing it up anymore, I'm gonna stop now. Stop in the
Stop it.
name. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, did you hear on the tomorrow? There's a company called Silver Shamrock Novelties, and they have a big giveaway at 9.
Okay. I have
I'm
no
like,
idea what that
that might
is.
be right. Halloween 3.
Oh yeah.
You gotta go watch it on Halloween.
I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow night.
Same thing we do every night, Pinky.
That's right. Plan to take over the world. Yeah. All right. This didn't come out as good as I wanted it to, but that's all right.
Eh,
I actually, the thing I didn't like about the character in the background, even though I think she's perfect for the background, is I hid a lot of her. I mean, I love the face, I love the looking over the shoulder, but then again, then you lose the rest of her behind him. So, actually, in the original image, in the John Buscema drawing that I was using, the female was at an angle this way, and she was actually facing forward, so you could tell bobs and hips and so forth. You understood what it was you were looking at.
yeah.
So
Well,
there
at least
was
you have a tail there. You know what you're looking at now.
yeah, she does have a tail here, but that's also another thing that blocks the image. But then again, she's a fox; she has to have a tail. So, but that's okay. That's okay. All right, let me see. I'm gonna get out a piece of paper and I'm gonna start working on something else. I have two drawings that I need to finish. One for Evan, which I actually did it. I already did the drawing once, but I didn't like the way it came out. And then I need to do a drawing for Mister Dillard. Let me open up in a new window the reference for his thing. He has a character he wants me to draw, one of his cosmonaut characters, and he wants me to draw her sexy. Hey, I can do sexy sometimes.
I'm saying like Russia, Soviet Russia. What's so sexy about that?
Is
That's
Dillard
really
only?
hot. how so thin they are. Yeah, they're starving to death.
Does he only have 3? Oh, he only has 3 of these up. Okay. He shared with me his web strip that he has up with his 3 cosmonaut characters. And for some reason I thought he had more than that. I guess he only has the 3. Okay. All right. So we're just going to play around with what I might do is just do a couple of different drawings until I get comfortable drawing the character before I decide what I'm going to end up drawing, what she's going to end up looking like. I'm not good when it comes to drawing humans anymore.
You out of practice.
Way out of practice.
Maybe you should go back to the form drawing. Like of just figure drawing.
I was never very good at figure drawing either. I was never very good at figure. I was never very good at drawing likenesses. That's one of the reasons why I like drawing comics, is because you can exaggerate features and,
Yeah, I think you probably be better now because, like, I don't know, like, since you're better at drawing in general, like, I don't know, I think it might be transferable. You're probably better at drawing likenesses these days, like, than you were when you were younger.
Oh yeah, you guys haven't seen any of my early stuff. I sucked. So. Yeah, Todd likes to bring out our old stuff and look at it, and I know Avery doesn't like looking at it, and I'm not a big fan of some of the older stuff either, but I like the idea of getting ideas from it. Having it inspire something, but not necessarily going back to it. What the hell was that?
Hell, what?
Something in the sink gurgled. He draws his characters, he draws his women with very, not pointy chins, but very defined pointed chins. Where I like to make mine a little bit more bubbly. We'll see about this.
I'm checking out this cosmonaut thing, and I don't know, I'm not really big on the style, though. Like, what's his inspiration? What does it look like his inspiration is?
Oh, I have no idea. He had done like a set of trading cards with the 3 main characters. He did them in a more animated style, and I liked it a lot.
Like, the style, it looks like it's like a kind of like a 90s like indie comic style. I can't point my finger on it.
Well, that might be exactly what he was going for, so.
Looks pretty good. It has a bit of the older fashioned cow arts. Not what people call cow arts, but like the more of a Disney style to it.
Oh, so last night we went and saw Maleficent again because my wife really wanted to see it again. And before Maleficent, there were a whole bunch of trailers, including Frozen 2. What else was there? There was Frozen 2. The new Pixar one, Onward. I don't know if you've seen the trailer for that.
No,
Well, it looks like it could be fun. but it's very much. It seems like it's very much in the style of Cars, where it's not meant to be critical success, but a financial success. Because Cars is one of Pixar's most profitable movies, and they're also the ones that are rated like the least of all of them.
Well, Cars wasn't bad, but there wasn't much wrong with it, you know.
Well, they were meant they realized that they were more of a success when it comes to merchandising and all.
Ah,
You know, as I can't remember which one it was. I think it was the second movie that they had reported that Disney had already made back the production budget for Cars 2 before the movie was even released because of all the licensing deals that they had gotten. You know, I mean,
yeah, and Cars 2 was a piece of garbage.
yeah, but I mean, for the audience that liked it,
Now,
it liked
Cars 2, I
like
heard that was bad.
Cars 2 wasn't bad.
I never saw
Cars
Cars 2.
Cars 3 wasn't bad either, but
This is Cars 3.
yeah, there were three of those things.
That we got was the Holy Trinity.
Well, then they inspired Planes and other spin-offs, so, you know.
Copycats too.
Well, Planes actually wasn't a Pixar movie. It was a Disney movie, but it wasn't a Pixar movie. So, that's the thing that's interesting about that.
Yeah, Disney has gone down a toilet in like recent years.
Oh, I don't know about that.
They've been down the toilet since like '09.
Well, I wish as a innovator and a studio that brought us some of the most amazing 2D animation, I wish they still did 2D animation, you know?
I wish they did hand drawn.
Yeah, that too.
Well, I'm saying there's a huge difference. There's 2D, there's hand drawn, and then there's like I guess analog cell.
Yeah, well, Disney is probably the only studio out there that could make a hand drawn movie, animated movie, and it be a success simply based on the Disney name, but they're not going to do that. The last one they did was Treasure Planet.
No, the last one they did was Winnie the Pooh.
Well, when did Winnie the Pooh come out? I thought Treasure Planet was the
2009.
last one.
It was, and before Winnie the Pooh there was the Princess and the Frog, and before then there was Home on the Range, and then
Oh
Treasure
my
Planet.
gosh, I remember Home on the Range.
Yeah, it wasn't really
That
that good.
was horrible.
Yeah.
That was back when you could make an animated movie with Roseanne Barr as the star, and it, people didn't balk at it.
Yeah.
They could not get away with that nowadays.
Yeah. Roseanne Barr triggered. She's like a Nazi, even though she's Jewish. Whatever. People are just like they get their feathers ruffled up too easily these days.
Oh, jeez.
Or do you think a lot of this outrage is just manufactured? Because like I'm starting to think like the critics are, I don't know, they're reviewing like stuff badly on purpose. Like not it's not for ideological reasons. I think it's for like I don't know. It's hard to describe. It makes it
Yeah.
look like it's a countercultural movement to be edgy, so they rated it bad. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Hey, Avery, how's it going, man?
What's up? I forgot about you.
That's all right.
I was watching Drawn and Backhold.
You were watching what?
Or
Drawn and Backhold.
Drawn and Backhold. Whose stream is that?
More campaigns drawn.
Oh, okay. I really should have figured that that's what that was, but okay.
Then I realized you were on. I was like, oh crap.
I can't believe I missed the last Peep Show.
Trust me, we'll bring it back. We'll bring another one back.
You're lucky.
You had actual peeps.
Had actual peeps. That's right. So what's new and happening, Avery?
Nothing.
Nothing? Okay.
I had a headache all day. Didn't sleep last night.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Well, I wish there was something I could do.
No, you
But
don't.
since I can't, I won't. Oh,
Oh, the website is marshmallowpeeps.com. Oh, I thought it was Peeps and Company. Oh, when you go to marshmallowpeeps.com, it brings you to Peeps and Company. The company that makes Peeps also makes hot tamales, Mike's and Ike's, and peanut chews.
now I've heard of Mike's and Ike's, and I think I've heard of hot tamales, but I didn't know what the other one was.
Yeah, I never heard of peanut chews.
Yeah,
Peanut chews?
Yeah,
That's probably a regional thing, you know.
yeah, it's not my
Somebody
region. That's what I know.
somebody up in like Connecticut or something thinks those are the
No,
greatest things ever made.
like Connecticut's right around the border, and I don't even know what that is.
Oh, well, see, I'm just making stuff up, so I don't know.
I was thinking maybe it was there in Krogerland, but you're in there too. I was like, nope,
where?
that's at Krogerland.
We're not in Kroger land.
Oh, really?
We don't have a Kroger here?
Not in this part of Florida.
No.
Well, hell, we just got Wawa, so I mean, come on.
What? What?
You never heard of Wawa?
No,
Supposedly it's a northern thing, I think.
I never heard of it.
Okay, well,
Convenience. It's just a chain of gas stations, convenience stores.
we had I think it was Tennessee that I worked with a guy who was in Tennessee, and he was familiar with Wawas, and he's like, it's the best place to go if you want a sandwich in the middle of the night. I'm like, okay, well, I'd have never wanted a sandwich in the middle of the night, but okay.
Yeah, it sounds good. I also never been to a Chick-fil-A, and I've only been to a Stardust twice.
You're
We
not.
have Chick-fil-A's around here.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not good. Chick-fil-A isn't that good. I don't understand why they're popular.
I don't know either.
It's not very good.
Whenever Todd comes down, he makes a point to go to Chick-fil-A because that's something I guess they don't have up there in New York.
No.
So
They really have broccoli in New York.
and you'd be amazed at some of the vegetables they have up here. He's got a like one of those small grocers right around the street from where he lives, and they have some vegetables there I've never seen anywhere in my life. You know?
Yeah, but in some places, in some of the neighborhoods, because you have to walk everywhere, pickings are slim for some people for some things.
Yeah. Well, they have because of there's a very dense population of different ethnic groups, that they have a lot of places that have to cater to a lot of different people. Like the one place we would always go for dinner is called Taco King, and it's a Chinese restaurant that serves tacos and burgers and Chinese, and I I love talking about them because it's such an interesting concept, you know. But they cater to so many different groups in that area of where he lives in New York. I'm not going to say exactly where. I mean, I've probably said it before, but you know. his his bus stop, the bus stop closest to where they live, is the one where they filmed the subway scene from the Joker. Because when we were up there last year for the New York Comic Con, we actually saw him out there with the camera crews, and they had shut down one side of the tracks, and they were filming in the car. And what was so funny is when we got there in the morning, they were setting up, and when we got back in the evening, they were still there. It's like that is like a maybe 30 to 35 segment of the movie, and they were there all day long filming.
Hey, did you see the references to Jared Leto's Joker from Suicide Squad and the Joker movie?
No, I don't remember seeing anything
You know what
like
the
that.
references are?
What's that?
Every time you see a trash can, that's the reference.
Oh,
Perfect.
that's funny.
Yeah, a little meme floating around.
That's a meme floating around. I can believe it.
Yeah, it's like references to Jared Leto's Joker in the Joker movie. They just point to trash cans. It's
That's not nice.
accurate though.
All right.
I like the fan theory that that Joker wasn't the real Joker anyway.
Well,
What do you think of the theory that oh it's not really a theory but the Joker does have an official origin story like the I guess the Joker was a mask but eventually he just like he was just like doing that as like a as a facade but it just became the Joker, you know.
well, I hate to say it, but my favorite version of the Joker would have to be Heath Ledger's, and not particularly because of the way he looked or anything. I like that one aspect of the movie in which, and at 3 points in the movie, he tells his origin, and each story is different. And I
He
like
remembers it
that.
one way in some ways another.
Yeah, I liked it because it was, we're not supposed to know what his origin is. You're
Mm.
not supposed to know the truth.
I thought the
And
truth was like he just had a bad day.
the truth is like Ray. Her parents are nothing. Maybe that's the way the Joker's truth should be. Is that we don't know the truth.
Ray's awful example.
Oh, I don't know if I told you. I had there
I
was
know
a
of a
couple.
origin story of a Joker. You know
Well, I
which
mean,
Joker I'm talking about?
which one?
Martha Wayne.
Oh,
Oh
that would make a good story, I think.
come on, like it already is.
Yeah, yeah.
You haven't you seen Flashpoint or Red Flashpoint?
Yep, yep.
All
Nope.
right.
She goes crazy when Bruce is killed.
Yeah,
Yes, I know. I saw Flashpoint. I haven't read Flashpoint.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
All right. Well,
That'd be kind of interesting if they Bruce Tim did a Flashpoint, you know, and just he had it in Justice League.
I was hoping that Nolan would do that, that they would set it in the Nolan verse
Oh, a
because
live action Flashpoint.
that
Oh.
would make Negan Batman.
Yeah, but in the Nolan verse, I don't think they have any metahumans, do they?
Um, honestly, I don't think so.
Yeah, exactly. Like the closest they have is Bane, but he's just roided out.
Just
Yeah,
because they're not in the movie doesn't mean they're not in the world.
yeah, that's
Well,
true too.
I don't think they're in the world of that movie. You know what I mean?
That can always be retconned.
Like it's never been referenced. You know, I think it's more of a kind of a, you know, it's like no one didn't want Robin. You know?
Well, if he had kept that one line out from the last movie about that one character whose name was Robin, I think it would have been okay. But no, they had to throw it in there just to kind of piss people off. His name should
another
have been
another
his name
interesting
should have been Dick,
another
not
interesting
Robin.
thing about the movies is they don't reference I guess Batman's inspiration of being Batman. Like in the original comics, yeah, he would it's not what he was just inspired by, but he was a straight out clone of the Shadow, and like they just in the comics they made it like okay, all right, we'll throw you this bone. Okay, I'm inspired. I'm a big fan. And then in the DCAU, the Bruce Timm verse, they just replaced the Shadow with the Gray Ghost. Like they don't really have a Gray Ghost in the movies, or you know.
No, I think that was an aspect of the movies. They kind of figured people wouldn't understand it anyway, so it's easier just to forget it.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
They
a
changed
meta
it to
fiction
Zorro
Batman,
after a while.
like Batman's Batman.
Oh yeah, yeah, they did do Zorro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, year one, Frank Miller, year one.
Uh,
They're leaving Zorro.
hmm. Well, DC does own the Gray Ghost. Why can't they just put him in there? Just like, just make him an exact copy of the Shadow again, or whatever, you know? Or maybe people just want to watch the Gray Ghost movie. That's probably it.
Well, see, you got to go back to the fact that when they make movies, they have to dumb them down for the audiences.
I suppose.
Audiences are not going to know who the Gray Ghost is. You know.
Well, they might see like a couple clips of it. They might see like young Bruce going into the theater, like seeing the Gray Ghost movie. It's like, yeah, Gray Ghost, kick his ass or something like that. But he wouldn't say something like, yeah, get him. And then they walk out, and then all hell breaks loose.
Hmm.
You know.
I could make a good Batman movie.
No, you couldn't.
I could make a good Batman
No, you
movie.
can't.
No, you
Do
couldn't.
you know why?
Because Batman's not a furry.
No. It's because
Why?
Warner Bros. Won't let you. Like that's the biggest problem. Like I've been. Avery, are you in that Safe in Comics group
What?
on Facebook?
I'm not in any comics group on Facebook. I left them all.
Uh, I got called a communist by like one of those, I guess, Comic Gate, I guess, people in there, because I believe that the ideas are not property, and you could actually be the, I guess, original creator of an idea and still get recognition, like with designer fashion, like they get clones all the time, and also the copycat problem is like. Okay, if you have a problem with the copycats also have a problem with other copycats too. You know what I mean? There's a certain like, I guess, legitimacy into like supporting the original, or you know what I mean?
No.
No,
Even
you've
in
lost me
Venezuela,
completely.
huh?
You've lost us completely. I have no idea what you're
Well, I'm
talking
saying even in Venezuela, like I know somebody from Venezuela who like he could get like bootleg movies really cheap, and he could probably even get really good Blu-ray rips, but he just prefers to have like collect the movie. You know what I mean? The legit movie,
Yeah.
even though it doesn't. It just I don't know. It's just weird.
You are weird.
So are you. You draw furries.
I'm not drawing furries tonight. Not anymore,
You
at
just
least.
did.
Yeah, Avery, I totally screwed up that drawing I was working on.
What drawing, man?
The one with with my Crom character in the front and then the Fox character in the background. I added some gray wash and I just killed it. So I'm gonna have to redraw it.
Let me see.
D ask, are you going to
can't
do a
see it
Joker
'cause-
review?
I can't click on it to see it
All right, here, I'll spotlight it for a second.
because
Oh, there it
as
is.
soon as Kami spoke, it took it.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
What'd you screw up?
Well, I drew her hand over here holding the sword, but I drew her hand below the hilt, so actually she's grabbing the blade, which was stupid. So I widened it out because I didn't like it, and then when I added the gray tone, I made it way too darker than I wanted it to.
Oh.
So, but I
was
mean,
gonna-
I
was
can.
gonna- I was gonna say it looks all right, but
No.
the gray wash won't go over good on the whiteout.
Nope. So yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, it's there's enough. There's not. It would be easy for me to redo it. Is all what I'm saying.
Yeah, you can scan that, print it out like blue line, and read.
Yeah. Or I could just put it on the light table and redo it. So I can fix all the things I don't like about it. There's a few other little things. Like I think I realized I drew his character down too far. I kind of want to level it up a little bit into the middle of the page.
That's where doing it all in Photoshop and printing it as blue line would be great.
Yeah, but you know me, I'm not that smart.
Yeah, but it's so you're gonna do it the much harder way.
I know, but that's just how I do things.
Here, just,
When have you ever known me to do anything the easy way?
yeah, I've had it.
I know, I know.
Anyway, D asks, are you gonna do a Joker review?
Uh, Actually, Avery told me I should do a Joker review just to have a whole bunch of people hate me because I wasn't a fan of the movie.
You like everything though.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy?
But
I don't like
the
it.
Joker movie.
But he
Oh,
didn't
hey,
like the good movie.
Avery, do you get this reference? Did you hear that tomorrow Silver Shamrock novelties are doing a big giveaway at 9?
I have no idea.
Oh, you never seen that movie?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Am I the only one that's seen this Halloween 3?
Oh, I've seen Halloween 3. I freaking hate that movie.
Oh, why? Besides the most common complaint, what's wrong with it?
I went to watch a Halloween movie when I was a little kid, and it wasn't Michael Myers. It was some.
That's the
boring
most common
crap.
complaint. Okay, what's the other complaint? What's wrong with it?
I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to watch it ever again.
What else is wrong with it though?
I do. I don't. I literally watched it once when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that movie in over probably 30 years.
Well, do you want to know something interesting about it? Like, that was supposed to be Halloween 2, actually. But it was so popular, they're supposed to kill off the character for good. It was supposed to be an anthology series.
I don't care.
I've never seen. I told you guys the only Halloween movie I ever saw was H2O, and that
I like Halloween 1 and 2. 3 can burn in hell. Some of the others suck, but not as bad as 3.
Okay, what if a Halloween 4 didn't have Michael Myers in it? Would you still hate that one too?
I don't like most of them except for 1 and 2.
did you
Halloween
like?
was supposed to be about October 31st, not about a guy wearing a Captain Kirk mask spray painted white.
I like the Captain Kirk guy.
Then what's Star Trek?
Did you like the Rob Zombie versions?
The first one was good.
Okay.
It was okay. The second one starts out great, then completely jumps the shark once it's all a dream.
It's all a dream, really.
Once it becomes all the beginning becomes all a dream, and then you're done with the little kid that's the voice inside of Michael Myers. Michael Myers finally has a voice. Shut up! I don't want a voice for Michael Myers. He's supposed to be a killing machine.
I don't know.
I never saw. I like I said, I've never
I
seen it.
like these movies for a very specific reason, for a very specific thing. If you don't give me what I want, burn in hell.
So it's just a brand you didn't like. What if they call it just Halloween 3, October 31st?
I don't care. I don't care. They called it Halloween 3, burn in hell.
But it was about the day of October 31st.
I don't care.
Okay.
No exceptions, no reprieve, no mercy.
All right. So if Halloween 3 was actually Halloween 2 and Halloween 2 was never made, what was Halloween 2 was Halloween 3? You probably wouldn't be pissed off.
I think he's getting way too philosophical.
Yeah,
here.
and he's putting way too much thought into this.
That's what she said.
You're thinking about it way too much.
Okay, so I edited the video the stream that we did about the 80 vampire movies, and I called it Rotten Tomatoes woefully inadequate 80 most essential vampire movies you need to see.
Oh yeah, like they had all those trash vampire movies, and they didn't have some of the best trash vampire movies, which I say are subspecies. They're trash, but they're entertaining trash.
Hey, I should look and see if they have any more of those, like zombie. If they have one for like zombie movies or something like that.
They probably do.
That might be fun to do another video.
And they'll have the obvious, like Night of the Living Dead, Dead Alive, stuff like that. But then they'll have like they'll probably have like, what is it? The Night of the Dead. The Day of the Dead that got one of the girls from American Pie in it.
They give us a lot of ASMR to work with.
It's awful.
I'm not a big zombie fan. Zombie movie fan. I liked 28 Days Later, but I think that's like the. Well, I liked the Brad Pitt movie, the World War Z. There was stuff about that was very entertaining, even though the whole concept about zombies being able to sense if you're sick or not, and if you are, they ignore you. That was like a little over the top, though. You know.
Hey, you want to know something interesting about 28 Days Later? It was actually shot in video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to tell me it was done in an iPhone.
No. This is like 2004.
Oh, okay.
When like you were fucking crazy or George Lucas to shoot on video. Oh wait, George Lucas is crazy. Never mind.
Yeah, that's true. George Lucas is crazy.
Yeah. All right. So I caught up on one of the sketches I was going to draw. I ended up doing 4 or 5 sketches of this character, and I like this one better. What I did is I did my style for his character and went just a little overboard, and I think I like it. And I hope he likes it too.
It looks very retro.
Yeah. Well, the characters are like kind of got a retro theme to them, so.
Avery, I can't really put my finger on it, but what do you think would be Dillard's art style inspired by? From I would pin that as like indie comics from the '90s, but like I don't know which studio.
I don't know. I've seen Dillard draw in so many different styles. I don't know which.
I mean, for the Cosmonaut.
Cosmonaut.
Oh, I don't think he's seen the web strip.
I haven't seen the web strip. I've only seen a couple of drawings.
Yeah. And D says, you can call your new show Andrew and Avery Hate All Movies, except Andrew likes everything.
Yeah. I liked Joker. I thought Joker was good.
As a movie, it was fine. As a movie that I would see again, not really. There was so much about it that I did not like.
Oh.
I actually came out of the movie a little angry because I didn't like it so much. But...
Hey, Avery,
it really spoke to me. Everybody is awful.
Oh yeah, I know it probably spoke to you, but
I told Andrew about this, but did you know this is actually a reference to the Jared Leto's Joker in the Joker movie?
Yeah, he heard you say that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You made that joke as soon as he got on, so he heard that.
Oh. I thought it came out like a couple months after.
Well, I want you all to know that
Commodore is crazy.
Yes,
Thank you.
tonight's stream was all just drawing and drawing. There was no comics, there was no peep show, there was none of that extra stuff. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Next time we'll get back into the regular craziness of stuff we do. But I'm gonna go ahead and start wrapping this up now. But I appreciate.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
That's right, Friday night. See, the thing about Friday is Friday's payday, which means I can actually go by the comic book store and pick up some comics to actually share. So heaven forbid, you know? All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for coming by, checking out the channel. Fearful Milk, D, you guys are great. Love it. Love it when you come by. Cherry does some stuff. Thanks for checking in, and we'll catch y'all next time. Bye.